Okay, now we are installing PRTK. Do next. Hopefully it has not been installed before. Shouldn't take that long. Now this is another program that always locks up and crashes.
Nice.
But again, this is a new version, so maybe they fixed it. Probably not.
May
No,
not.
it should probably be.
As in, may not.
Okay, now I'm going to run PRTK pretty quick. It'll come up and it'll talk about starting a service, and it'll connect to supervisor service. You might have issues with that. Hold on. Cannot be found. Would you like to specify a network? Yes, it's going to bring it because I already have FTK installed on my machine. Seriously? Seriously?
I say 3 weeks. Try 3 instead. Let's just get till the end of the semester.
You know what? Okay. Oh, you know, I wonder if they don't have the port open on this one. But without a security key, it will do zip files only. Crap, because I can't demo it. We're going to make a zip file. Okay. Let's make a zip file real quick. Say I want to take a file right here. I'm going to 7-zip, add to archive right here. Okay, inside here, I'm going to give it a password. It's going to be tough. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add my password. Now it's done. So inside PRTK, let's talk about the different options in PRT first of all. Under File, you can do a new case. You don't really need a new case. You can add files though. You can click the Add File link and select your file, or you can just drop them in. We're going to drop them in a second. So we'll get back to this area. Now, under Edit, kind of important. Let's talk about the rules first. There's no rules. Hold on. Maybe it's under Profiles. Hold on. Let's check English. Okay, yeah, they're under Profile. So yeah, rules. We're going to do Profiles first. Then we'll talk about rules. Okay. What I did was I clicked on Manage or Edit Profiles. Go back there again. I didn't Edit Profiles. It's going to show you we have some pre-built profiles: English, European, so on and so forth. Actually, the Europeans knew that wasn't there before. So I'm going to click on English, and I'm going to edit it. Now, if you look up here, it tells you what it is, and it tells you the language. Now, see this stuff on the left side? These are all the dictionaries. Can someone guess what this DE1 is? German. And we have English. We have, what's ES? Spanish, French, Italian, Japanese, Russian, Slavic. So when you ask which languages should you use? You might not finish one of these. Okay. But you can also select languages up here. You'll see they're in English. I mean, it's easier to see up there. And you also have the character groups. You don't really need to worry too much about this, but think of it like you want a simple password or a complex password or one that, you know, is only uppercase.
Can you do any of the words like that might be like a hint? You said like
Hint. I don't know how to spell it. You don't need a hint. It's that easy.
we said like the Scheißkopf or whatever. Like you
That's
got
not it.
German. So
That's not it.
Hunter might be. Shies might be.
But there's
They might. That's it. That's just you.
well, Scheißkopf is idiots.
Okay. It's single words, and they are in these dictionaries. At least in the version I made it with.
So you're giving us an access code or an access to
There, I'm assuming the dictionaries are the same.
It's
Maybe.
probably-
Possibly.
It's possible.
Should be.
They may not.
Yes. Yes.
So when we get these passwords, we should be able to test them by entering.
If you have the program installed, if you have Word installed, yes, you can test
So
it.
we can double check.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Something tells me that Murphy's Law is going to take a real
All right, now we need to look at the important stuff. The rules is what kill people. Let's look at some of these rules. One digit search. So what would that check?
Select all rules.
One digit. Check A. And check B. It's going to go pretty quick. Do you agree? But then we have 2 digits, there's 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits, so it keeps getting larger and larger. So some of these rules could take a very long time. Okay, we have 1-letter search, language specific, 2 letters, language, so on and so forth. Now, which ones did I tell you to use? Let me open it back up.
What is it?
I told you to use 217. Let's go look at 217. Dictionary primary search. You would think that would be a good one to pick. And I would recommend you use them in the order I gave them to you.
Wait, just the one at a time?
No, rules. I mean, you can click all 4 of those rules. That's fine. But don't click all the rules. In other words, there's lots of rules.
Select all, you don't want to press that.
Yeah. It's like, some of these rules are crazy big. Where's some of the long ones? But so let's go back. 217 was one of them.
217, 218, I think 219 and 210.
Wasn't 217 near the top here somewhere? There it is. Okay. Now, if you want to run just that one, you can do select none, and then just select that one. And you can also move them up and down. So you can, move the roles around, reorder them, check some, uncheck some. You can check them all, and that'll take 7 days. So basically, if you check them all, it's going to try everything. Sure, but probably. You might not. I don't know.
Well, if you run the rules he says, and it doesn't come up with anything, check them all, right?
There you go. See, that's what a lot of people do. It's like, you're
Just
wasting
check them all.
time.
Why not?
All right, so it's pretty easy to select the different rules. Let's look at a couple other things in this program. You can create your own rules. Now, I think we can do it from in here. No, we can't. We got to go from the other area. Let's go over here. Rules. You do not have to do this, but you could go in there and create your own rule. And you have the interface is kind of weird, but you can drag things around. You can say, okay, I want it to have a character. And I want it to have something else. You just have to play with this darn thing. And yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a second. So you can play with this. You do not need to, but you can. Okay. Let's look at a couple other things first. Okay. We've looked at profiles. That's important. You can do copy, network license. That's all normal stuff. The next thing we need to look at is dictionary utility. And this is the thing that usually locks up. It was written in Java, and it just has issues. Hold on, let me get rid of that window. Now, go away. Go away. There we go. Okay. Let's look at some of the dictionary tools. We can do a dictionary browser. So if we open that up, let's go down and let's see. We were in English, weren't we? You can click these and you can do view and actually see the words in the dictionary. Okay. Now let me get down to, I think it was Slavic. Okay. There's some problems.
What did I say, 3/4?
The reason is there's some characters in languages that we cannot display here. Does anyone ever go overseas to Europe and try to use their keyboards? Where the heck's the at symbol? I mean, they got all these keys, you don't even know what they are. They do all. So this, in the past, I would create passwords that let's see in here. Like say I pick this one, right? Whatever the heck this guy is. That's probably not the password. It's just that that's what it appears like to us in our computer stuff, in our certain set of ASCII, in our editor. In somebody else's language, it would look totally different.
Is that because you don't have the keyboard installed?
I probably don't have the keyboard, and I don't even have their font set installed. So I'm pretty sure, possibly, maybe, I picked ones that are spelled right. I think I fixed the slash.
So we're just assuming you didn't do anything with characters.
Well, right. So don't, try to get like a Chinese, whatever, one symbol that means, you're a jerk. They got that one symbol that means an entire sentence or something. I didn't do any of that. So I tried to use words, and I'm pretty sure I tested them all. Pretty sure. I mean, probably did.
Should.
Should have done
So
so for the quiz.
But you understand why some passwords might be weird, just because we see something in here that might not be what the password actually is. Okay. Now, let's look at these word counts. Some of them are pretty long, but still, we're only talking, what, 159,000 is not bad for French. Okay. Now, I want to open up the first French dictionary. Starts with AFP, then AAA, then AFP, then AA. One's the code set, the other one's the Unicode. Don't worry about it. Just select French in the other page in your phone. Okay. So that's dictionary browsers. You can delete a dictionary, you can view a dictionary. Darn it. Hold on, I've got to go back in there. Now let's look at something else. Let's do dictionary info. We can select a dictionary and learn about it. You know, how many words are in it and so on and so forth. Basically, you've seen it from the other page. You can do a biographical dictionary. Maybe I'm going to break a password for, you know, Sarah. So we're going to type in Sarah. Hoover. I'm going to add her name. Maybe I'm going to add, it is Hoover, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I'm going to do that. Maybe I'm just going to put in her state. She's from Oklahoma. And what else do we already know? I'm assuming she lives in Middle City. Probably not. But we're going to go with that. Okay. So what we do is we're creating a dictionary for Sarah, and I put in just a little bit of information. Now I'm going to generate it. I can go in here and say, you know, only includes letters and numbers and the link, but we're just going to click generate. We're going to call this one Sarah. Sarah H. Okay. Now I'm going to go over here and do dictionary browser. I'm going to open up the Sarah dictionary right there. Are you kidding me? I just made you. Literally just made you.
Just change the extension.
No, but where's the other one? It should have done it for me. You were supposed to do it.
It may not have worked this time.
That's what we thought.
So this is what we sound like to you, Ken.
This is what we sound like.
I told you, anything to do with me, it's not gonna work.
It should have worked.
You should pick somebody that is.
What the heck? Okay, let's try a passphrase one. No, that's not the one. Let's try. No, that's one do source. Why can't I do that one?
I'm telling you, you put me in there, now it's broke.
The heck is shit. I've never had this where that didn't work. That's always worked.
It's always worked.
Let's go.
Well, this is a new version. So.
Actually, let's try this. Hold on. Let's go over here to profiles. Let's say edit. Get a Sarah file. How can I see it? I don't know how to see it now. Darn it. That's not going to work either. I don't know why it didn't work. That's weird. Select the source. Let's go to. Okay, that's not going to work. I don't have any text files. There's got to be dictionary browser. Let's just do dictionary info then. There's no words in it. What the heck? It didn't create it. Okay, let's create a new one. Sarah, we're using you again. Sarah, Hoover. You gotta see this work. It's kind of cool when it works. I just never had it didn't work. This program's not free. Generate. More settings. Let's do restrict link. No, don't do any of that. It was there before.
To the left. Left column.
There is an ADF.
Yeah, right there.
It's the first column.
First column.
I see it there. Hold on. That's what I'm going to say. Hold on. So now we killed it. It's like, no, there's one that already exists. Don't do this. So remember the part where I told you the program will probably lock up?
I probably won't turn my homework in. You know, maybe.
Well, should just get
Should just get an A, but you know, I may not turn it in.
Yep, that's totally locked up.
May not have to.
Oh no, you're doing an assignment. You just do not have to create a dictionary. Let's open up again.
May or may not pressure. It may or may not read your computer. Just format your entire hard drive for it.
Okay. Dictionary utilities.
So I couldn't get rid of it, so I just moved your entire computer. I had to burn all the other ones.
Okay. So it's locked up, so we're going to clear it out. Here, if it does lock up, you'll probably have to go in here under processes, and you should find. It's not in here? Seriously? We should see PRTK in here. Should be like a supervisor service. See what now? Should be access data PRTK. There's our database is running. Probably should remove that. Tell me I restart the start machine. I don't see any access data at all. Well, I'm assuming the program works all except for the dictionary generator. All it does is it takes whatever you give it and it makes combinations of it. So it'll try like Sarah Hoover, Hoover Sarah, Sarah okay, okay Sarah, S, A. It just uses the combination, it just builds a massive dictionary based on it. It's supposed to. Should be.
And do we need that function?
No, you do not. You can use the dictionaries that came with it and you're fine. There are some older recordings that talk about generating a word list. You don't need that. You're fine with that this year. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to break a zip file. So I'm going to take this zip file and put this in here. Now, when I put it in here, this is, I think, why it costs money because they have these awesome graphics. Okay.
Fancy scroll over there.
Why is it dongle? Oh, it's a 7-zip file. Why can't? Hold on, let me call Woody to see if the thing is. Hold on, we can try this. Let's do FTK. Where's the other one? There it is. Let's see if this one gets it, because it should work. Oh, this is installed. No, stop.
It's just like
What the heck?
I think we need.
Someone help me find FTK. Access data. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, we got it now. We got it now. That's what it is. Hold on. Let me talk William. I'm going to pause the recording real quick while I call them to tell them to restart a licensing server. All right, thank you. So it's fixed now. The licensing manager was locked up, so that's all fixed. So I restarted it. So I'm going to drop this 7-zip file in here real easily. It's going to run through this. When this part gets done, see that was what now?
Because you just created the zip for the.
I'm going to drop the other one in a second. I'm going to show you both of them. Yeah. Okay. Inside here, now you're going to select the profile you made. You're totally welcome to use the profiles they give you. But remember, the English profile had all those rules on it. Remember that? Yeah. All the rules were selected. So you might want to make your own and only have certain ones in there. But I'm going to pick Russian, so hopefully that word won't work. That way it takes longer because it breaks it too quickly. So I'm going to go next. Please choose the module. Oh, this is something new.
Oh, this is something new.
Hey, this is new in this edition. So obviously we can say, okay. Now, that's brand new. I need to look into that. Okay. Performs a dictionary attack against an encrypted header of a possible best script container file. No, we don't need best script. We don't need that. We don't need either of those. But I didn't use it. Fine. Check them both then. I don't care.
Finish.
Now, errors. Look at that fancy graphic there.
A, C.
That's something new. I'll have to see what they added with that. That's something brand new. So if you do not have the latest version, you probably won't get that script thing. I really don't know what it does at this point. Well, I did that so I wouldn't forget it.
You won't.
That's the password. It's written
So
in
you
the
would
title.
So you're saying you would have to actually use this tool or use the
I did it so I could demo it, not forget the
Cat,
password.
R, same thing, right? Cat,
Pretty
car.
much. Pretty much.
Difficult to remember sometimes. It's 3 whole letters. It's actually like capital C too.
And the third letter is different.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Come on, seriously? Why is it taking so long?
calculating.
It's calculating the
It
space.
says it's not in the Russian, can.
That could be why. See, the reason is I did Russian so they would take a minute. Well, because literally it breaks it so quickly, I can't show you how it works. That's why I want something that wouldn't break a minute.
Well, I'm sure
It probably is.
Is it Cyrillic though? Is the question.
Yeah.
Is the Russian dictionary in the Cyrillic alphabet? If so, we'll
Come on.
break.
Hurry up.
Yeah, it could just be that we need to stick with the English profile and just edit the dictionary and the rules that we need.
You could, and then just change the different language at the top. Yeah. You can, and you can actually go in and select English and French and German, do all three at one time. But remember, if you break a Word document with French, you don't need to do French on the rest of it. Okay, this is taking a while.
You can't escape. And you're stuck in an infinite loop, so.
Yeah, you can't stop.
You can't stop the graphic. Yeah.
Come on, man.
This thing takes control of your computer. You can't stop it.
Just go ahead and format C now. Format C.
Stop now. Okay.
All right, I can't kill it.
Can you just you can't kill it.
What is this? Why do I have something else up? See, this is the Java issue. Killing me, program.
Oh no, not this task, man. Is this actually ransomware? It's up. Ransomware.
And yeah,
Go away. Okay, we'll try the easier file.
Why did you just
Yeah, because it was, okay. Now I'm gonna take this Word document and drop that in.
Where?
the access and the OneNote.
I think it was messed up because the whole Java thing screwed it up. Okay, we're gonna do this one. Aha, that looks better. Now it could have been a 7-zip issue. Here's where you get the options for dictionary attack, and here's that key space attack. Remember I talked about that? Don't do key space.
Don't use key space. Don't use key space.
Okay, anything that has key space, get rid of it. Then we're gonna do finish. Hopefully this adds pretty quickly.
Yeah, this one is because we're using the English language, well, the English profile.
There it goes. Okay. Now, if I open this up, if you look under rules, it's already done. Is it done? No, maybe not. Okay, there it is. See some of these rules, how long they'll take? Look at the number of tries it has to take up here at the top. Watch those numbers, they start growing.
That's pretty fast considering like.
Yeah, but this is millions. That's 13 billion tries to do a dictionary primary search preceded by a 4-digit whatever.
And notice that this 0% complete because it never got to that.
Right. Now, it should have finished it, so it got to that. Actually, it's still going.
Oh, it's still going. Yeah.
Is it still going, really? That password's easy.
Oh, no, I think
Oh, it did. It got it. It got it 84% of the way through the 5 Malvo characters threshold of what. See, the funny thing is it's only 3-character password. So you would think you would have gotten it at 3-letter language specific.
You should try it.
Oh, it will. I'm sure it will.
Okay.
It should. Possibly. Okay. So you can use this to watch it. And normally what happens if it doesn't break it quickly, on this screen here, you can see the speed it's going. We'll say like so many thousands a minute or something. Right. But since it's already broken, it's not going to show it to us. Down here it tells us it was the password is cat, and that's the save as password, and this is the rule that broke it. In the past, I had students tell me which rule broke it. The problem was different rules could have potentially broken it. So that's why I stopped asking for that. Okay. So, and when it's done, you go back over here and it'll literally tell you it's finished. And there's the password. There it is in hex. Now, what you can do is you can right-click here and say decrypt document. That way it will decrypt it and remove the password from it. You know what I mean? Literally just get rid of it. Okay. And you can open with default application. You can do whatever. And here's where you can copy password to clipboard. For many of you, that would be a very good idea. So if you do that, and we bring out Notepad here, and you put paste, got it. It's not going to be cat or blah blah. Oh, my hands are off by 1 character. Whatever you guys do. Whatever excuse you guys use. Have you ever done that? I don't look at these when I type, and sometimes your hands are off by 1. You're like, what the heck did I do?
You don't even feel it either.
I know. It sucks. Okay. So we know how to use this now? Now, let's talk about a zip file. Okay. I'm going to tell this to send this one to a compressed file. And now it's there. Now I can open up this in 7-zip. I think I can add a password to it. Someone asked how to add a password. I did. I opened it. It's right here. This is the zip file. File property, maybe not. I know you can add a password when creating it. It's a pain in the butt. And actually, let's open this one for a second. So the password we know is cat. All right. If you go. Here's my document. It's a protected view. Obviously, this pertains to cats. You go up under File, Protect Document right here. And you go in here and you can mark this file. You can encrypt with a password. You can do whatever. Yeah. So, and I tell you, getting password protected documents sometimes is very tough. But there is a way you can do it in here. Don't remember where. Anyone know where it's at?
Google how to add a password.
Because it took me forever to get all these made, just so you know. But you can add them. But if you're making a 7-zip, it's much easier. Okay. So, any questions about this tool? Actually, yeah, we just broke a password. The only thing that's the issue ever in this tool is this stupid dictionary thing. Right, and you don't have to mess with it. So I want to try viewing Sarah again. Now, came back.
There you go. See, it's 2 right there. Hey. This is not the open error. There's no word count. There's nothing in there. It didn't generate anything.
There's no words.
No.
Sorry, Sarah. You're empty.
We have no word for you.
Empty and broke are very different things.
Okay. All right. So any questions on this tool? It does work decent. If you want to go in and say, like, if you want to go in here, let's go in here and say profiles, not rule, profile, darn it. I keep saying rule. Profile. And you can tell it, like, new from selected. So I would do this, and I would say something like Ken English. Then I would say none. Then I would get down here and pick 2. There's, where the heck is 217? I know it was right near the top, wasn't it? There, there's 217. Oops, don't get that one.
217, 218,
Oh, there's 218. You see 219? And 310. Oh, 310's already picked. See, 310, in my opinion, should work best. but it seemed that 217, if I remember right, was quicker. I'm not sure. You guys got 2 weeks? It should possibly. But I mean, look at the word. The name of it is use entries as is from selected dictionary. I use the dictionary browser. I open the dictionary, I copy the words, and use it as a pattern. So it should work.
It should work.
So as far as this goes, do you think we should just run like one language against each?
Most of the files are quick. I would say, here's the deal. You start with the slow ones first. The problem is you don't know what language to use. So if you do the quick ones first, then you're going to get rid of your language. Aha, I got a French word. Done with French. Oh, got a Russian, whatever. Done with that one. Got it, whatever. So if you do those, then you're going to cut the number of dictionary languages down for the other ones.
So you can just put in multiple languages.
Yeah. You can literally select here and say, I want to try English, French, German, and Italian, and say, okay. Now you have one that's going to do those. And once it breaks one, you can literally go in and uncheck English or uncheck French or whatever. And but remember, Word documents are all one language. So pretend it's German. So if you got one Word document in German, you need to get the other one in German, but you don't need to mess with the German more afterwards too. Okay? Okay. And it literally selected my profile right there. So then I could go over here and I could bring this. Now the problem, to answer Sarah's question from earlier, there's something called a golden dictionary. The golden dictionary is like the pot file. Remember the pot file in John the Ripper? Once it broke one, it kept a record of it. That's what a golden dictionary is. What's cool about this is you can take that golden dictionary and share it with people. So maybe you work in a police department. You can share your golden dictionary with other police departments. And there's an option under dictionary tools to merge them together. So now I can take everybody's golden dictionary into one big, huge one and use that. And that's very quick. It's literally, just checking one for one. So that's what a golden dictionary. You can also make word lists. Like in FTK, we did not do it this semester, but in FTK, there's an option to export word lists. Remember when we did the index search to show all those words? Well, in export word list, it literally exports every word found in the case into a text file. You can import that into here. Because maybe you're trying to break a password of mine. So you have a copy of my computer. So you image it, and you export a word list from my computer containing every word I found on my computer. The odds are one of them will be a password. So I would import that word list as a dictionary and use that. And the person's stuff is always the best option. Okay? Everybody okay with that? Kind of got an idea how that works? Pretty simple stuff. Okay. All right, I think we're done then. And yeah, I was going to add it back in here, but the problem is now that it's in here, it'll break it instantly because it's already in the golden dictionary. Okay. All right, let me close this. So no more questions. Oh, Chad might have a question. We Toodles. Okay, good. All right, so no more questions about PRTK. Very simple. So it's up to you. Start the slow ones first because they take more time, or start the fast ones first to cut down the languages to do this one.
So we're going to be using each of the dictionaries, like the languages?
Not, there is 6 different files, so you don't need all of them. Yeah, you don't, because some of them cause me issues. I don't think I use Japanese.
I'm guessing it's zero.
I didn't use Arabic.
I think those.
Okay, I would pick Arabic and Japanese last, because I don't think I use those 2. That might help.
So if there's 2 of each file,
Yes.
and you said take out Russian once you find one thing with Russian?
No. You're going to get 2 Word documents.
Right.
If Russian is a Word document, the other Word document will be Russian as well.
Okay.
And then.
That's what I mean, like the 2 words will be the same, but like there won't be like a Russian access somewhere.
No. Once you, if you found a Word document that was in Russian, then you're done with Russian in Word.
So all of the zip files are all in German or whatnot.
Yes, exactly. And all the Excels in Japanese and all the whatevers and whatever. Yeah. Okay, we didn't use that. But don't bother with that.
Probably didn't.
Possible.
I may not have a Japanese.
Shouldn't have, but maybe did. What, didn't you like that disclaimer?
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
I feel like this is turning into a scavenger hunt.
That wasn't it. Because
That sounds like a great
This
shit.
entire class is just a massive scavenger hunt. They're like, yeah, see if you can figure it out.
maybe, you know. In the past, I've actually given out assignments where I did not give you the password at all. Like in the steganography one, I accidentally left it out. And I had a student, Randy Shepis. He literally, back then, we had some students that come spend the weekend up here. They come on Thursday, they bring pizza and their Xboxes, they go up in the lounge, which was up in 201 at the time, and work on it all weekend long. The dude calls me, it's like Monday morning, this dude, I've been here the entire weekend, I've tried everything possible, I tried all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I gave you the wrong word list. And the fact, he would have never got it.
Get extra credit?
You got
So I'm
extra
like,
credit.
my bad.
You
Try
can
this
go
one.
to due date to due date.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably just like, yeah, you shouldn't know this.
But what that taught me was by making things a little tougher, you guys work on stuff and try to figure it out. But I do try to give you stuff. They potentially work.
There's a 1 in 5 possibility.
I mean, if you need to, just select all. And you're good.
You'll get in a week,
All
right?
right.
7 days.
All right, we're done.
10% of the time it works every
I'm
time.
stopping recording. Later, Chad.